What is the thing that's going to cause you to change what you're doing or where you're going? And if on the 3-day and predicting the future, that's what it's really about. It's what do you do tomorrow after the end of the 3-day? What tools do you have? The PERT's going to be fantastic. And if we get into some level of Fuller, which undoubtedly we will, he is all about tools to move into the future. And if we can discover one or two of those on the program, I think that people will go away with very clear roadmaps of where to go. But it really is up to them on the next day after their program. What are you going to do? How committed are you to moving forward?
Yeah, let me give an example, Mike, of printing money. Like I write a book, I sell 27 million copies of it. I make $3 per book. That's printing money. I took 3 companies public, sell millions of shares of stock. That's printing money. Kelly takes franchises and creates thousands of franchisees. That's printing money. I have 2 oil wells. That's printing money. So I can tell you all day long about what I do to print money, but if you think a 3-day program is going to be Jesus Christ saving you, then I don't want you there, because I am not a savior. I am a teacher. And so that's my concern. And my concern today with the market crashing, there's a lot of people right now are hoping Obama or McCain is going to save them. And I'll pray for you for that, because nobody can save you. Only you can save yourself. And that's why my whole spiel today is on your commitment to your own life. This 3 days should just only be one opportunity along a long road. And it's really easy to be poor, unhappy, and unhealthy, because it doesn't take any commitment to do that. So that's why I'm on it today, Mike. And I think that's what you're about too, because it takes a personal commitment to be the best that you can be, the same as it takes that to be an Olympic star or a medical doctor or a rich person. And most people don't have it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the ones that do have it and get it, make it all worth it, though. I'm sure you'll agree.
Yeah. So there's people out there right now who don't have any money and don't have any time. They're saying, well, you don't understand what it's like to not have any money. You know what it's like. I know what it's like. Kelly knows what it's like. John Cypher knows what it's like. And it's just part of your own commitment to your life that you never be there again. And then, so I say you have to ask yourself, if you don't have any money, better start talking to yourself truthfully and saying, how come I don't have the money? Have I been taking life too easily? People who don't have commitment, when the going gets tough, they take a break.
The part that is funny and quite sickening about that? The question I'd ask myself is, why do they want us to do that? Why is all the media spin heading towards that? And
towards what? Towards what?
Towards people just being, to me, the question is, why, for me, I don't want anyone to take care of me. I want to take care of myself, and I want to be in charge of my financial future.
Well, I can tell you the future right now. There's going to be higher inflation, fewer high-paying jobs. The rich will get richer. You have about how many million baby boomers. Most of them will slide from middle class into the poor. And Social Security and Medicare are busted. So it's not rocket science to predict the future, not the near future at least. But if you want to get rich, you better know something more than the average person out there who right now is wondering what happened to their 401k. Or all the people that lost money flipping real estate. No, I didn't tell you to flip real estate. And I've been recommending network marketing. Why? Because you can help other people find the commitment to save themselves. That's really what I'm about. Not about predicting the future. It's not going to do any good if you don't have that commitment to yourself to be the best that you can be.
Very cool. Very cool. Well, gentlemen, I know we're on a tight schedule today, but what else can we share with everybody on the line here before we call it an afternoon? Whether it be about what's coming, what you see in the coming years. I personally see this. I am so driven right now to learn from you, Robert, and Kelly, and everybody else that I possibly can, because I see this as one of the biggest opportunities of my lifetime, frankly, and I don't want to miss it, which is, again, why I'm going to be out there and why this is such a priority for me, and why I want everybody else to understand what is happening right now as well. Is it's not doom and gloom unless you just decide it is. For me, it's about opportunity, and I want to make sure that everybody has awareness about it as well. So I don't know if you have any final thoughts you'd like to share with folks about that, or anything else. Yeah.
I'll just say this much: every 75 years there's a depression. The last depression was 1930. So if history holds true, this depression started in 2005, and that's why I could call the downturn in the mortgage business. So depressions last 20 years. 1930 to 1950 was the last one. So that means we're probably, if there is, and I'm not saying there is, we're heading into one. So the challenge is right now, what are you going to do about it? You know, I mean, that's what I'm looking at. There's more multimillionaires created during depressions than any other time in history, but not if you're not committed to it. So I can probably tell you what's going to happen. Jobs will move overseas. Pay raises will stop. Inflation will increase. And we're probably cruising for deflation. And the problem is every time the president says bailout, that means inflation. It means they're going to flood the market with trillions of dollars, which means savers are losers. So it's very predictable. So that's kind of what's going on right now. And to me, it's a great time because I'm going to make more money than ever before. I'm an international businessman. I mean, I'll take a couple of hits along the way, but that's all part of the game. The final thing I want to say is this, is that we're still paying for the last depression. That last depression that started in 1930 created what's called the FDIC, the Federal Deposit Insurance Corporation. It also created the Federal Savings and Loan Insurance Corporation. It also led to Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. It also led to Social Security. So the last depression is a very expensive depression because it created all these federal bureaucracies that are now out of control. So I can predict what's going to happen is that the next depression is going to be even more expensive simply because we haven't paid for the last one. So I know my mom and dad, they're nice, well-educated people, but they always said, go to school, get good grades, get a safe, secure job, save money, and get out of debt. I call that depression-era mentality. If you have that mentality, this next depression might be a very tough one on you. So I think one of the reasons you should come to the 3-day, and the reasons you should be in Mike's business or have Mike support you in building a business is because the depression-era mentality is alive and well in America today. And those guys who are counting on job security and savings and a 401k are the ones who will pay the biggest price, not only in this coming depression, but they're still paying it from the last depression. That's what's happening.
Fantastic. Well, I don't know about
Mike, if I could just
please.
say something that always attracts me to these programs is Robert's a key word. He's an international businessman. There will be in excess of 20 different countries represented in the room because what's going on right now is not confined to the United States. It is a global issue, and everyone's in the same pot. And what's going to happen on this 3-day program, well, I know of at least 20 different countries that will be represented in the room. So to me, you're going to see that as part of what goes on in this room, you're going to get that there's opportunity everywhere. It's everywhere that you look, and I think in no time in history has there been an ability to talk about international business as what goes on now. And I think Robert's very correct. He is an international businessman, and we will have international people there.
Yeah. Hey, Mike, can I say the final word?
Yes.
Final word is this. What got us into this problem is the Federal Reserve Bank can print money. The second thing that got us into this problem is that our banks can lend money they don't have, and that's why we're in this problem. So Barack Obama or John McCain not solve this problem, and that's why I said we're still paying for the last depression as this next depression comes on its way. The good news is that it's easier to become an international business person, and there'll be more multi-million